Well, we're live. I think. This airplane always seemed to be a little plain. So today we went to the park and tried to fly. My my tucker was out of trim because I took the muff off. I got to put it back. But we're going to Indiana this weekend and maybe fly tomorrow. But I'm going to fly this. And I figured that I would, because this airplane is kind of bland or whatever, I'd go ahead and outline these numbers and all the letters on it. I mean, I can't teach you how to do this because it takes a lot of practice, but I can show you that I do it. This particular brush, see how long the hairs are on it? Hey, Montana. This is called a liner. Not a pinstriping brush, it's a liner. So we're going to line these letters here. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going to move left to right. And hopefully I can get it done to make it look good. You know what? I need a little thinner in that. Little reducer. It's not quite. I wish I had an eyedropper. Or do I have an eyedropper? Maybe I do. I need a few drops of that and a few drops of flow on it. Yep, I do. So we'll a little reducer in this. This is smooth stroke. I don't know if you guys can see me doing this or not. 2 drops. 1, 2. Stopped by Shaver's Hobby Shop on the way back from the field today. I was looking for 3/8 by half maple motor mounts. And they don't have any. Five drops. They don't have any. But I did look in their balsa rack. They had a ton of wood that was 10-pound wood. I found this piece right here. Brodak wanted $27 or something for a piece just like this. This was $15. But this is 4.2-pound wood. Don't need it, but if it's in the rack and it's good wood, I gotta have it. Especially those 1-inch thick blocks. You know, it's pretty easy to get thin stock, or it's not pretty easy. It's easier to get thin stock than it is to get thick stock in that weight wood. As a matter of fact, Billy, last time I was up there, was asking me about a piece of wood like that, but I ain't giving it to him. You know, ain't no way. I'll keep it for myself. You know, I probably can bring the camera around here. That certainly helped. Let me bring the camera around so you can get a better look at what I'm doing. Maybe even on the other side, because I'm going to stand on this side. Yeah. There we go. There we go. You can see a little better now. Yeah, we're extended as long as we can get. Not many guys got these hand painted letters on their airplane. As a matter of fact, I don't remember seeing it since the 60s. What are the physical differences between the Junar and the Junar XL, as in size? It's a different airplane, 100% different airplane. The airfoil's different, the numbers are different. Wingspan's pretty close to the same, but it's a 100% different airplane. This is not Billy's airplane. It looks similar. It's kind of like the Aptrix and the USA 1. They look similar, but they're not the same airplane. How many guys can do that? I know there's got to be somebody up there that can do it. Let's see if we can't get a better picture. There we go. Oh, it's been a while since I sign painted. Sorry I'm not too talkative, but kind of hard to talk and do this. I mean, I got to really concentrate. Close enough. Close enough. We're not building a watch. Looks like the bottom of that 6 has a little bump in it. It does. There we go. There it is. I don't think there's another sign painter on YouTube that paints signs live. They all do it via tape, so when they screw up, they don't show. But see, I learned from a guy, old man, that nothing would shake him. Of course, he was drunk, so it didn't much matter. There's a gal who pinstripes, Hot Rod Jen. You can look her up on YouTube, but she don't do it live either because I know there's a bunch of mistakes going on. Because this ain't easy. It looks easy. Yeah, we'll cut that in with later. The straight lines are easy. The curved lines are tough. Oop. Got a little fat there. Oh well, it'll live. Hand painted. 11 and 2. Hit that like button, guys. We need some more action. And I got no flow on this for some reason. How's your flow? Linoleum. Let's add a little more reducer. Can't make it too thin though, it'll go everywhere. How be your flow? Linoleum. Going to get a second color stripe on this too because I believe that just the red is kind of plain, so I'll do a drop shadow tomorrow after we fly them. I just want to snazz it up a little because this doesn't have any ink lines on it. This was I don't know, John was telling me to keep it plain. Anytime you rebuild an airplane, or refinish an airplane, it usually gains weight. So I decided to leave off as much as possible. And it actually lost a little weight. Because this is the airplane I let Charles fly when it was orange. It's been repaired several times. I dropped a rock through the wing at the Nats. Jerry poked a hole in the wing at the Nats. You know, no, wasn't that was at Huntersville. But this is Old Faithful. It's just like putting on a used pair of shoes. I know that I can fly this at any given time. And I can really push it. I really bring it down because I don't care if it hits the ground. The only thing that I worry about is the motor. I don't want to lose that engine. It's a Brian Gardner 60. I got a little bit of crook there. I'll have to come back with some black. But I might get out the striping brush and stripe this thing like a motorcycle tank. You know, what do I care? It's already won one concourse, not at the Nats, but that was when it was orange. This is an old airplane. Close enough. We'll get it straightened out when it dries. It'll be fine. Let me look at it in the TV. 13, yeah. 3 in the top. It needs a little work up here. No, we're not going to bother with it. Looks bad on TV, looks okay here. Yeah, I'm in an awkward position here. Yeah, I'll have to get that nib when it dries. Ah! Well, there's a bugger. So to fix that, we'll get a little bit of reducer on there. Be real careful with this reducer though. It'll be fine. We use that chat box. Use the super chat. That helps the metrics. When you guys talk on there, you know, I see the chat count, and we got 2 up there now. At 2 and 25 minutes, it makes the video. I don't know how to say it. They don't promote it when it's not engaged. And even if you guys talk amongst yourself, Someday I'm going to learn how to do this. What I'm doing here is I put some reducer on the pallet because it's pretty warm up here and this paint is drying. It's not pulling like it should. Yeah, I think of that as a rudder. There we go. Okay, well, I'll order another one as soon as he gets them. I got several super taggers that need them. Was at a speed contest today, and Profi is making engines out of Ukraine, so I don't see why they can't get the pistons and liners for the super taggers out of there. Well, that was a pretty good line. Getting crooked. Yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. There we go. If I'm going to start striping tanks and painting signs, I better practice on my own stuff. So that's why we're doing this. Of course, you guys saw me paint signs already. Hey, Sparky, just about to start work on an afternoon shift, so I only watch for a few minutes and I'll catch up on later. Just helping out with your thank you, Bryce. Well, what do you guys think? Does that make the airplane look a little better? I mean, the letters look a little better. I like them that way. I haven't done hand painted letters on an airplane since 1991. That was my Viper. The one that was in model aviation. But I thought I'd do it on this one because I don't want to spray anymore on this. I'll just hand paint some stuff on it. The other wing will get to work from the right side. Much better. Like I say, I'm going to put a drop shadow on it too, so this is not the only thing it gets. Now you guys didn't see that. When I run around that corner, I was turning this brush in my fingers. Otherwise, the rudder will go crazy. Okay, now it's got a few nibs on it, like right there, but I'll wait till right there in the corner. I'll wait till it dries and I'll come back with an X-Acto knife and knock those nibs off. So now, turn it this way. I gotta clean this mess up. Okay. You guys want me to do the other side on camera too, or what? We got 25 minutes. It'll probably take a little longer than 25 minutes, but I think it turned out nice. Adds a little snap to it. So now we got to do it this way. USA's already done. The XL on the rudder is already done. I did that warming up. Might outline these in black. Why am I drying out so bad here? Oh shoot, I got paint on the glass. Oh well. Yeah, if you look there, USA's already done. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Whenever you make a turn, you got to keep turning that brush to keep the hairs straight onto the work surface. I could do this with a pinstriping brush, but I find these liners easier to control. My dad, I can't even see. It's way across the room. Don't have enough room here either. I need a place that's got some damn room. Much better. How about the USA? Okay, I see now. Everyone hit the like. Yep, you bet. My dad used to be a sign painter in the 70s. He'd brag about all the time. Now I see why. Yeah, it's a trip. You should have. I don't know whether you did or not, but you should have learned your dad's trade. See, sign painting is I can't explain to you guys what I can do. I can sign paint, I can glaze. I was a beveler, I was a carpenter, a cabinet maker, put on a laminate, welder, mechanic, whatever I want to do, I can do and do proficiently. It just and that's because of my dad. You can and will do anything you set your mind to. Painter, I painted airplanes in the Navy, painted cars, sander, whatever I got to do, I can do. Because I was one of them kids that go, "Hey, Mister, how come you doing that? Why are you doing this? How long does that take? Why you do? How much does that cost? I can't afford that. You have to do it yourself." I tell people that. I tell people that what I can do, and they say you can't possibly do that. Okay, whatever. People don't believe me. Good hand-eye coordination. Used to be able to draw portraits. Probably still can if I get back to practicing, but just like with anything else, if you don't do it, you lose it. But I haven't done this since '91. Painted any sign. Well, I did dabble in there in Dayton when they decided I'd buy all the shit again. But '91 was my last sign painting deal. And the more you do this, the better you get. Damn. Let's see here. I knew I was going to lose that line. I got to get that up on top fixed. So I hate these little nibs, but There's just not really any way around it when you're hand painting, you know. The bristles go, not much you can do. This, just like airplanes, is a dying art. And the reason it is, computers. You know, everything's done CAD and the vinyl. They just spit it out, and you got. I mean, if I did this in vinyl, we'd already had it on and done, and on to the next job. But it doesn't have that hand appeal. Just like you can pinstripe a car with tape. And it's perfect. I mean, the line's exactly 1/8 of an inch all the way. But to me, it doesn't look as good as a guy who pulled a line with a brush. And they're not perfect. You know, it just doesn't look as, I can see the difference. You go to a swap meet and you see a Singer sewing machine that's hand pinstriped, pick it up. That's from the early 1900s because they quit doing it and used water slide decals. We're almost done. Only got 1 to 4 letters more to go after this end. And then maybe we'll do this in black, but I won't do that tonight. See, normally I would have done that in ink, but I'm not putting any more clear on this thing, so I'm using this urethane striping enamel. This Edroth paint is not quite as good as the old One Shot, but not bad. The new One Shot with no lead in it, no good. All the environmentalists have screwed everything up for us. Biodegradable, non-toxic, anti-allergenic means that it doesn't work. It means it's crap. Just the way it is. All the good shit that makes it work is bad for you. We used to use carbon tetrachloride to clean. I've mentioned this before. Great stuff. Electrical cleaner. Try to get that now. Probably would be on the terrorist watch list if you tried to buy carbon tet. Hell, TSP is a controlled substance. I went in the supermarket and I said, "You got a TSP? What's that?" I said, "Trisodium phosphate." I said, "No, you have to go to the hardware store and buy that." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, it's a controlled substance." I said, "Soap is a controlled substance?" Yeah. Man. Yeah, the guy whose dad was a sign painter. I hope you paid attention to him. I hope you watched him and learned something. Oh, you think so? How many juniors and seniors are at the Nats? One. That's not good. There was a time, I think Dennis Admission was the last senior to win the Walker Cup. But there was a time when the seniors would compete with the open guys. Now, no chance. First off, it's too expensive. Oh, you're still learning from him. Well, yeah, he's with you then. That's good. Yeah, pay attention to his sign painting. He probably can smoke me sign painting. Sign painter used to be able to make a really good living, but kind of tough now with computers and vinyl. In the late 60s and early 70s, when we could fly in the schoolyard, there was a kid flying a model airplane on every schoolyard. You won't see that anymore. A couple of reasons for it, or more than a couple. One is it's expensive. Two, back in the 60s, flight was new when the X1 and the X15 and breaking the sound barrier, and 60s wasn't too far after World War II. P-51s, and everybody was looking at all those great fighter planes. Now, when the space shuttle takes off or land, nobody's interested. It's flight. What? Oh, that's old hat. I like this because you take a pencil and a piece of paper and a knife and some glue, and you turn a bunch of sticks into something that's useful. And not everybody can do it. I'm going to lose this line. I was turning that brush in my fingers. Let's see what we got to say here. That's right. That's right. Of course, I do cabinets too. I do whatever it takes. It's about learning, teaching, you know. You won't see another sign painting video for a month or two, or maybe longer, 6 months. Till I need to do it on an airplane. I kind of screwed that up. If you go back, there's a gold leaf lettering video. That's on my concourse airplane, so I had to know something. I mean, I did something right. I got a lot of thumbs down on that video because it wasn't done traditionally. Traditionally, you're supposed to use sizing to put leaf on, and use spinnable sizing to turn leaf. Well, I use variegated gold, and I use dope for sizing because I didn't want to. I was afraid to contaminate, cross-contaminate between a lacquer product and a water-based product, which is sizing more like white glue. And I didn't know whether the dope would attack the sizing. So I knew I couldn't brush dope fast enough to keep it wet enough to get this, to get the gold on. So I used the stencils and sprayed dope on with heavy retarder in it, so it was really hot and really slow drying. Then I dropped the leaf on it and pulled the stencil. The sign painting community didn't like that. I got quite a few thumbs down for it. But that's all right. The results speak for themselves. It did exactly what I needed to do. My painting methods may not work for some people. Like, I used to boil dope, and how I put the epoxy in the microwave oven, and used to do that with epoxylite too. Some pretty unorthodox things. But in the end, when the airplane's done and it looks fantastic and flies good, what's the difference how I did it? Phil Granderson got mad at me. He was a painter, and good painter too. I mean, his airplane, he won the concourse. His divas were stunning. But he was telling me that the only gun that was worth a damn was a SATA. I don't know, some number or whatever. I said, Phil, you can put dope on with a bug sprayer. And, if you're willing to sand, oh, you go. He got mad. You cannot. I'll bet you I can. I know I can. And it'll be fine. But you'll have to sand and sand and sand and sand. It's just the way it is. Gonna have to load that again. Got enough paint in it. Well, I'll be glad to get these last two letters done. I'm not gonna do the bottom tonight. I'll do that later. Screwed that up. That line is wavy. Gonna have to re-pull that one. It ain't nothing. Close enough. What do we care? I'm getting tired. My back is killing me. Yeah. Okay. So what's the complaint? Damn. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I get people complaining that I'm painting signs. Yeah. Show me. Let me see Paul Walker paint a sign. Let me ask you this, Terry. Do you think there's more people doing it now than there was in the 60s? Used to go to Whittier Narrows, and all the circles would be full all weekend long. I haven't been to Whittier Narrows in 50 years, but I'll just compare it to our local Booter Park here. There'll be 4 guys out there. 4 guys, and they're old. Everybody's old. In their 60s. If you don't think that's dying, I don't know what to tell you. The Nationals, we got the Almoff boys and James Mills' son. I can't remember, Ben. Samantha's given up. Of course, she's over 18 anyway now. But we kind of figured that when she found boys. Well, we have a lot of young people at the regionals this year flying control line. Okay, that's great. I'm glad. Let me know how many of those guys 10 years from now are still doing it. You know, I used to fly up there with Morris Gilbert at the Eugene Airport. That's where the regionals were held. I don't know where they are now, but one more letter and I'm done. I'm so negative. Well, if you only knew what I did for control line here in St. Louis, or what I've done for control line period in the last stunt hanger in the last 17 years. I mean, I wouldn't say that's negative. I'd say that's trying to keep the hobby alive. And I got people trying to tear it down with Facebook. When Facebook dries up, then what are you going to do? Because it is going to dry up. Okay, 4 more lines and I'm done. Yeah, I'm negative. know how I pulled that off, but I got it. Got a little nib there, though. I wouldn't hold my breath on that. You know, you're the only one that's ever said to me that I make a whole lot of negative comments that are not helpful to this sport. While I'm trying to keep this thing alive, there's a lot of people complaining, so knock it off. I just tell the truth. And I got through it. Not perfect. Not perfect, but for those who like Facebook, please be my guest. Let the government spy on you. Can't stop you. All right, there's my sword brush, my striper, all cleaned up. Get some oil in it, put it away. What did I do with the oil now? Okay. Can't do nothing for nobody. this cup. Get it spilled all over the place. This palette, so I don't smear it all over the place. Who's paying me? You know, why don't I do this? Why don't you do that? I'm the only one doing it, and you know you're trying to push me to do more. I'll support you. Why don't you do it? This is just what I have to do to get ready to go. Do I get any time for myself? Hell no. Give me a break. I gotta get some clean thinner. Let me tell you how this worked years ago, 17 years ago, or about 91, I guess. I started looking at Stunt. And during the Brodak Wars, there was a whole lot of BS. Nobody would listen to me about how to do stuff. Nobody would listen to me how to do stuff. You don't know, you're just a dumbass. I've been doing it longer than most people have been alive at that time. And, you know, I got over 60 years experience. Anyway, I said, you know what? I'm going to start Stunt Hanger. I started with nothing. I started with zero. And slowly, I wiped everybody out. Why? Because I really knew what I was talking about. And I showed how to do it on this channel. And if you go back on my channel, there's 3,000 videos. And I've done everything over and over and over again ad infinitum. You know? So what can I, you know, how many times can I sheet a wing? How many times can I put a canopy on? Would look good. Yeah, outlined in black. Yeah, I know. There's only so many ways to sheet a wing. There's so many ways to put silk span on, paint, hinging. You know, I've done it all. So sign painting, I haven't done that on an airplane on this channel before. I don't know what the deal is. I can't make everybody happy. I'm sorry. One person a day, and I guess today ain't your day. And with that, I guess we're done. Do the best I can with what I got. Turned out pretty good though. It'll this one I think I'm gonna take this one to the Nats. It'll probably get 17 points. It's good enough. If it only gets 16, it's good enough. Because to be honest with you, this year I got shit for flights. I got one flight in. That was today. And unfortunately, I had taken that tucker and I took the muffler off and I put that tongue muffler on, figuring I'd get some more, It's way out of trim. So I got to put the muffler back on it. But I'm not going to worry about that because we're going to go out tomorrow with this airplane. And I got to get it ready for Dennis Admissions contest in Indiana. So possibly tomorrow I'll do a video, a live stream from Booter Park, like I used to do at the Dayton field. And we'll see how many people are out there too. Oh yeah. I had it today. There was a speed contest going out there at the park today. And the big boys weren't there. Montegino wasn't there, and Mathis, none of the big boys were there. Just some perky stuff, and it just not real interesting. And the speed flyers were down to, I think, about 3 or 4. And that was a contest. 3 or 4 flyers at the contest. And John Garrett showed up, Mark Hughes, Steve Smith, Bob. I saw Bob Arata. He has dementia real bad. I could hardly recognize him. But I said hello, and we just kind of shot the shit a little bit. It's hard to talk to somebody that's not there. Anyway, just settling back in to get the flying going here back in Missouri. There was a time when Booter Park was going to go. They were going to get rid of Booter Park, and if it wasn't for me, it probably would have been gone, because I got with Buzz Westfall, who was the county commissioner, and I knew about Lydia Booter signing that off to Art Schaefer to be used for model airplanes only. Plus, it's on a floodplain. I don't care about soccer fields. It was stipulated model airplane use only. When she gave it to the St. Louis Yellow Jackets, which I got an original shirt. So that got saved. So I'm saying that I don't do enough for control line. Oh man, if you only knew. All right, I'm going to end the stream. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like the stream, give us a thumbs up. If you hate the stream, give us a thumbs down, and find another guy doing the same thing. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.